Couple of things for those of you who might be thinking about doing this. In our department, based on the results we found in our principals classes, our intermediate professors are now also starting to give these little math assessments before class to see if students are prepared for intermediate micro and intermediate macro. So we are seeing that it's extremely useful and helpful. So our department is really sort of behind this. It's a lot of work. I will tell you it is, and especially for the principals classes with the numbers of students we're dealing with, it's a lot of work. We're giving it 4 times. So you've got to have a group that's a little bit passionate, and you can't be the sole individual who's running the entire thing. Your faculty, the other principals faculty have to be behind you and with you on this. But if any of you need help setting it up, we have experience now from doing it for 3-4 years. We can share with you our assessment. We can share with you the stuff that we've got from Alex. And I'm happy to give you any of that information and share all our documents, et cetera, with you. Now we have a public policy school that has come to us. Our public policy school is now also wanting to do this. We have a College of Continuing Education. They want to do this now for their students. So little by little, department by department, school by school, we're starting to see this all over GW. As people are hearing about it, they're starting to do it because it helps them in their teaching. Ultimately, it makes your life easier in the classroom when we're able to help, it helps the students and it helps us. We also had some help at the university level. And that helps a lot. You might want to talk to, if you have something like a teaching and learning center or a teaching center, we got little grants from the teaching center. It wasn't a lot of money. Each of us got like $1,000 or something like that just for the time that we were putting in to develop these assessments. And those are nice incentives for faculty to do these sorts of things. Anything you can get, $500 or $1,000, it's just a nice little thing to say, okay, we appreciate the time that you're putting in to develop all of these things. So those kinds, you also have to motivate the faculty to do this. And this is a nice little motivation. So that helped us. We got these small grants. And I will tell you, at the higher level at the university, at the provost level, we have gotten so much visibility because of what we're doing in our classes. I don't know what your colleagues may not like it, but I'll tell you at the provost level, at the president's level at the university, they value all this sort of stuff immensely. At least at GW, that's our experience, is that we are touted as a department that's leading edge. And I mean, we're doing such minor stuff in assessment. I think of this as, there's so much we don't know. That's all I've learned, is that there's so much I don't know about educational psychology. But at the university level, they treat it like we're doing such a big thing, and this is the department that's leading the way in assessment and stuff like that. So I think it helps to talk about it a little bit to your own colleagues and more widely in the school. For example, you might ask your teaching center if they could come and allow you to do a presentation on what you're doing in the principal's classes. And you'll see that a lot of faculty will be very interested. We saw that SAT or ACT alone are not good cutoffs for determining what students know and what they don't know. A basic test of math skills is really important for readiness. And you can't really use what another department does. Like biology, I saw the test they give for their introductory students. It's so much harder than the tests we give. So you have to really develop it on your own. And we're learning. The first time we did it, I don't know that we're coming up with such great tests. But you have to do it. It's just trial and error. So please don't be afraid of making a mistake. I mean, the first time we collected the data, we did it so crudely, but we just kind of did it. And now we're getting better at it. Every year we're getting a little bit better at doing it. So, I mean, don't be perfectionistic about it. Just do it. And then it's also been, by the way, a basis for a lot of research. All this data we're collecting. Alex was talking about the fact that people were doing experiments with 30 students and 20 students. We have 1,500 students that we've done the experiment on. So it's wonderful research. If you want to turn into research, you do have to get IRBs. And again, I'd be happy to talk to any of you about that. We've been through the process for the first time. Nobody in my department knew how to get an IRB because the kind of research that they do is so different from what I do in education research. So I've learned a lot in this process. I'd be happy to talk to anyone. So our idea is that calculator use in multiple choice format may be masking certain types of ability in math. That's really important for our use in principals classes. Students take the assessment more seriously when it's a significant part of their grade. I should have made that red. I cannot specify that enough. If you just give them an assessment, they won't take it seriously. I'll tell you that right now. they will not take it seriously. They'll just come and do something and leave. And you're going to be left with the same problem, except you would have taken all the time and effort to put together an assessment. But if you make it a percentage of the grade, they will take it seriously. They will study, they will get a tutor, they will do what they have to do, and then if they still don't get through, then you know they really have problems with math. So talk to your colleagues. Now in biology, when most of the faculty when I did the presentation in front of the teaching group, the other departments were kind of shocked when we said it was 10% of their grade. But then I think they're all, and they might decide, you might decide to make it 5% of the grade. You might decide somehow they earn the 10% back some other way. But whatever it is, make it a part of their grade. You can figure out with your colleagues how you'd like to do it. We've just done it this way. It works for us, but you might decide how to do it. And you would think, at the end of the year, we'd have students complaining to the provost, oh my God, they docked 10% of my grade. We haven't had any of that. It surprised me. I thought I would get a lot of complaints from students. I was waiting for, somebody from higher up to call me and say, what are you people in economics doing? Or something, but that has not happened because all of us do it together. It's not me, it's the principal's faculty. We all do it together. So we have not gotten anything. I mean, it's been so smooth, I can't tell you. And that's also, by the way, the reason we make the last assessment a little bit easier than the others, again, to take care of some of these problems. So I'd be happy to discuss that with you as well. So I can tell, not one student complained. And finally, it just really sets the right expectations for the course. I find students are working harder and doing better. And we're able to really teach them microeconomics. That's it, thank you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.